Hey,
Wani, what's happening?
Nothing much. I washed all of our cars today. It's such a beautiful day. It's a good day for a car wash.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day to be sitting inside.
Or that too. Were you making
With
music?
you guys.
You could sit inside with your windows open, right?
Yeah.
It makes all the difference. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. Unmute. What's up, Alex? I unmuted you. You muted yourself back up. Admit, Danny. What are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking a bourbon old fashioned.
Nice. How about you, Mitch?
Yingling Light.
Nice.
Wait, you have a BNC shirt.
I do. I just got it a week or so ago.
Oh, wow. So we shipped that to you then, right?
Yep.
Oh, cool. Nice. It's always good to see it in person or via video, whatever.
Yeah.
Holly? That's your wife?
Whoa, why does it say that?
You can change your name, actually.
Yeah, let's change that name. How do I do that?
Just go to right where the three dots are by your top right of your screen. It says rename. And you can do there. See? You get it? Fix it? No.
Nope. Three dots. I got chat, meeting settings, minimize.
No, the top right under oh shit. What'd I do?
Holy shit, that's good.
The three little dots right by your name, like where it says mute, the three little dots, you hit that. You go to rename. No? You can be Holly. There's nothing wrong with you.
I've been called worse.
Holly's all right.
I wonder if that's loaded in here because of like the kids' Zoom meetings for school.
If you click on your little name, are you using a computer?
I'm using an iPad.
Okay, I'm not sure how to do it there.
Yeah, mine had a virtual background when I logged in because my daughter uses it for school.
Rename. Haha, nailed it.
Okay, let me close my bathroom door. I don't think you guys need to look at that. Ugh.
I mean,
Mark! Yeah.
What's up, kid?
How's it going, dude?
It is going, my friend.
Good to see you.
It is a pleasure. We were talking yesterday. I was like, maybe I'll surprise Nader and be on today.
Yeah, I like it.
We are.
I wore my Cameron shirt and didn't even know.
Yeah, we're twinning today. That's nice.
That's your surprise, Nader.
Yeah, I figured that. Cheers, man. Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Always
funny.
good.
Me and Nader were talking about Tamron and potentially doing something where he might do a little show and tell or something later on.
Yeah. Damien's already on board too, Mark.
Nice. I would figure he would be. Yeah, absolutely.
You guys just got to make some mount stuff.
Well, when you're OEM, you don't always get to put your name on it.
I would love to know what lenses you guys help with. Can you say
about right now for DSLR and mirrorless, we're in about 80% in some form or another of all lenses.
Wow. Even if it's just like the design, maybe?
Or certain pieces of glass that only we can produce at certain volumes.
Okay.
We do stabilization units, autofocus units, cams, the plastic rotation pieces that we do only we can do certain molding. We do all kinds of craziness.
So if you guys don't know, Mark's with Tamron. That makes more sense.
I stole my shirt from Nader's wardrobe.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a size small, right? He wears small shirts. So
Yeah, super small. Super
And
small.
I'm like 2 of Nader's, so don't even.
Actually, I was telling Nader I had something come in the mail literally 10 minutes ago.
Ooh,
It's a box.
It's a box.
that's the right kind of box.
Yeah, priority and everything. I'm pretty excited.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
But you gotta bust that out. You have
Yeah,
to.
I'll open it.
Yeah.
It's black.
Wow.
That's the color for whatever that's the clue.
I keep telling all the companies,
Yo.
like we need to curve things up. We need more color.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely want some glitter. Let's do this. Blue LEDs will never fail to sell, so it's time to bring them into lenses.
Mm. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Sal? You guys are muted, but
Everyone's muted on default. So unmute yourself.
There you go. How you guys doing?
Doing well, man. How are you?
good.
Not bad.
How's the weather down there in Hawaii?
Yeah, it's been good. Little muggy today, but good. Can't complain.
Are you by a
What about you
window?
guys?
You by a window?
Yeah.
We can't. Oh, because you have the virtual background on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'd love to
Everyone's
see what it
got
looks
jealousy
like.
windows, so it's not
Yeah.
a clean pane of glass.
We actually have an agenda today, courtesy
Yeah.
of
Oh.
Peter.
Courtesy of us. We
Us.
kind of spitballed it the other day.
Yeah, it's really loosey goose. It's kind of like our meetups. Like it's not a big deal, but we kind of realized that with Zoom, it's a little bit kind of necessary to have some sort of direction because
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we've all been on enough Zoom meetups or Zoom meetings where it's like, one person kind of takes over or whatever, or one conversation kind of drags on for a little bit too long.
It's usually who gets drunkest first, in my experience.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Funny that we actually have a portion here where we're probably going to try to have everybody take a couple shots before we start talking about it. We get to some controversial topics, and we kind of want everybody to be really relaxed.
Oh shit! All right.
Yeah, perfect. What's up first? Religion, politics,
No,
Keep
keep it above.
Camera brands.
pro-Leica, anti-Leica, just as polarizing.
Is Leica overrated?
Oh man, how much do you pay for your red dot tax?
Too much.
Too much. Agreed. It's all in the airmail.
I sold my M9. That was a big deal.
Did you?
Yeah.
For
That's
what?
For money.
SL2.
No. I got partial trade for A7S2
All right.
Wow.
for like family stuff to replace my RX10, and then money.
That's like
Yeah,
trading
Roger.
a
That
for a
camera's
microphone.
awesome.
What was that?
So that's like trading a Bluesmobile for a microphone. I'll go for that.
Yeah. No, it's good. It serves a different purpose. I'll have a good video camera for my kids. But I do miss the M9. I do think I have it still. I think, I'll take the, never mind. I don't have that camera anymore. It'll take a little bit.
Oh, withdrawals.
Yeah. I'm not cool.
Buyer's remorse.
Sal's got the M10 over here. Right, Sal?
That's a pretty good problem. Not remembering what camera you have or don't have.
Yeah, it seems
Well, I've had it for so long. It's kind of like a kid. Like I kind of assumed it's around, and I'm like, oh shit, no, it's not.
It's kind of like a kid. I assumed it's around.
And I just got rid of it.
We call that brand niche.
Did someone local buy it?
Somebody in New York, actually.
Oh.
A friend of Dave, one of the leads in New York, bought it.
Oh, okay.
And he's a videographer, mainly. And this camera he sold me, this A7 II, he said was used for like some MTV pilot shows or something. So it's got a little bit of history with it. But it's kind of nice having a Sony in a weird way. It kind of takes me back a little bit. Right, Joel? You know, the
Yeah.
love,
That's it.
hate,
I'm getting another one. I'm going back. No.
But the A7S is special. The A7S kind of brought up, it started BNC as far as that was the first camera. A lot of the images in the beginning were A7S. So
Yeah.
nighttime photos and stuff. It's a good camera for that.
The original 7S is still a special camera.
It is, right?
Absolutely.
Leica sent me a monochrome, the original monochrome, for a month, and I shot it, and the 7S just absolutely destroyed it in black and white. It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
And I sent them. I did side by
Hot
side
take.
comparisons, and I sent them. I was
Hot
like,
takes.
your sensor is 2 years behind,
Yeah.
and your processing DNG is a failure in this camera. And I sent them and at the time Sony was still only doing 12-bit RAW, and it was still killing the Leica. It was unbelievable, the difference in the gradients. There was no question.
Wow. Well,
So I miss my original 7S like you miss your M9.
Well, the original 7S was built really nice. The wheels are metal.
Yes.
It's super, super small. It had a funky shutter position, right?
Yep.
Uh,
It was a rangefinder with a Sony label on it.
yeah, it really was. And then the fat pixels. There's something about the images are really they're like medium format ish. There's something about those pixels. They're a little on the cool side, but they're weird. I've only had it for a couple days, and I'm already like, yeah, this kind of rings true. I remember these files. They're a little bit different.
Yes.
With the S2?
Yeah. Well, no, the S1, S2. It's the same sensor.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
Sensor. It's only 12 megapixels though.
Yeah. I played with that camera for like a few weeks, like, I don't know, like the first year it was out. It was interesting. Definitely, like, I had to change my thought process on how I was taking the photos.
I will say though that I had the Lumix S1 for a little bit, and that high ISO to me is more impressive than the A7S still for pictures, because you get 24 megapixels out of it, and the grain is still so fine. On the 12, the grain's kind of larger when you zoom in, you know what I mean? But it does really good with colors. Like, it keeps the colors there. Anyways, we can stop talking about Sony for a little bit.
Did you get rid of the panty?
No.
The S1?
Well, I don't have the S1. I have the S1R now. I got rid of the S1 for the S1R. I don't necessarily recommend that. I think everybody should just get the S1 if you're going to get one.
Unless the S1R is the high res one?
Yeah. But you don't really need it. Usually.
Yeah.
47 megapixels is a lot. You know what I mean?
That's what I shoot with.
Well, there you go.
Not that camera, but 850.
Commercial, but for commercial studio high.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure. Yeah.
Like, if I'm shooting a bunch of photos, if I'm like doing, I can't necessarily justify doing street. I'll do it sometimes, but if I'm taking a shit ton of photos, it just doesn't make sense. It is overkill. And then I'll bring out my little Fuji, and I'll like be in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't really need 47 megapixels or 42 or 43 or whatever. For most things, I guess.
Yeah. You can absolutely use them effectively, but it's arguable.
And with Tamron lenses, 12 megapixels equivalent to like 24 because they're so sharp, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works. That's totally how it works. That's absolutely. Is that what we mean by equivalence? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys work with Fuji on stuff or no?
Another OEM problem.
But
they did just publicly open up. Yes. So hopefully that will enable us. But we also have to follow the top 3 first.
Okay.
Only the X series, right?
Yeah, only the X series.
So that's still cool, but also just like.
It's one step though. You know, that's Fuji recognizing they need some diversity. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
How do companies like Laowa and other like almost obscure like Chinese manufacturers still get the specs to make lenses for those cameras?
So the mount specs, all the mechanical portions, those are all public. Okay. And I mean, you can literally, and they can literally just take a camera back to the home and get all the specs within 5 minutes engineering.
Yeah.
But the algorithms can be hacked. It's just math. So what they do is they run it through a diagnostics program and figure out the language that it uses or the math that it uses. And they ghost it basically.
Okay.
That's how Sigma ran for the art series for the first 8 years of the art series. So. It is. It's just how it goes. That's why sometimes you'll see like in like the fine print of some warranties, like if it's an autofocus lens, they'll only guarantee it works with the center autofocus point. They won't guarantee like everything else.
Yeah. I've
It's very
experienced.
common. It's very common. Not trying to pick on anybody.
What up, Travis? That's why you pop in. Your default muted, so check your audio. Yeah, anybody who can't, like, everyone's default muted, so make sure you just check your audio if you want to actually be
First, I had
heard.
to join the audio, and then so I missed like a good portion. I was like, "Why don't I hear sound?" And then now I'm default muted. That was a good intro I just gave, by the way. I was really responsive. And then I was all muted, and now I'm very deflated. I feel bad. Wind out of my sail.
Well, welcome.
Man, it's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too. How's Nevada?
Well, right now I'm in Phoenix.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yep, holding up in Phoenix. So, with all the hospitals keeping all their reps out, it makes no sense for me to be in Vegas. So I came back out here, holding out until they let me back in so I can get back to work.
All right.
What do you do?
Sales reps. So they kicked everybody out. So sales reps aren't allowed in. But it doesn't hurt my feelings. So just keep plugging away.
Yeah. Oh, Joel's in sales too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I work in sales management, so a lot of the people who I manage aren't banging down doors. Manufacturers aren't seeing sales engineers to help and help with productivity issues or testing new lines. So it's tough. It's really, really tough out there. We're beholden to our stocking partners where the business is just static, and we're down like 40% this month. It sucks, but I'm not going to complain. Not going to complain at all. It's just it makes for some frustrating days, and because there's nothing you can do about it. You're just kind of sitting on your hands and trying to nurture the relationships that are active right now. But so much of what I do is selling and things like that. That's just, it's gone.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely tough. I mean, I'm not going to, hearing you're down, I'm not going to tell you how much I'm up, but it's all healthcare related. So, I'm just one of the fortunate ones. It's a matter of like being in there to help them out and support them.
Yeah.
So we're just now starting those conversations. And that's the weird part is, sitting back, I'm listening to all these hospitals say, hey, we're overstaffed. We're going to lay people off, and we're giving people 2 weeks vacations, no problem. Use all your PTO. And, we're just now starting this process of having these conversations with materials and supply to let us back in. So, maybe there's a turn, we're turning a corner. Maybe we're not. Who knows? But, at least I have time to sit at home and drink and fool around with the computer. And so, I just picked up – I just picked up the I don't have it out, but the ProMasters Summit filter system. So I'm psyched to be using that. I get to focus on other things. So, there's a lot of good things that come out of it. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
What are you
Hunting
drinking?
for silver linings. That's what we're
Yeah,
doing.
man. You got silver linings.
What are we all drinking?
Yeah.
Cheers. All brewing.
Yeah, I saw Nader picking up some of that Wren House. They have some of the best labels out there, man. That's for sure.
It's rad, dude. Like, I want to keep the can just because it's
It's
I go hike Dreamy Draw all the time.
yeah.
They have. I think they may have had the same artist do the one that they had from. I'd have to think. I have to look back on my account, but they had another company, another brewery had a really amazing label.
Huh.
It's really good too. What were you drinking? One?
I'll be right back.
Oh, go do. You
That
gotta
was
get a
quick,
beer.
right?
That's nice. I'm almost there.
So
wish
there
I
you go.
had a
Nader.
fridge full of beer right now. The only thing I
Well,
have is a
Duke,
bottle
yeah,
of
that's great.
So that's the one that label reminds me of, man.
All right, what else? What's everyone else drinking? Let's
10 Commandments.
10 Commandments.
10
Let's see that
Commandments.
bottle, Roger.
Lost Abbey.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Beer.
Hell yeah. Is that Yingling?
Yep.
There we go.
You'll see a lot of Yingling, man. That's they're officially what the oldest brewery now that Budweiser was bought by AB InBev, oldest U.S.
I
brewery.
think they are. Out of Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Go PA.
Quality beer.
I'm gonna have to find something different next time. I've been drinking 10 Commandments the last 3 Zoom meetings. But you can see how dark that shit is. It's 100 fuck outside now. I can't keep drinking that.
You're gonna break your AC drinking that.
That looks like 20 to 50 motor oil.
It's liquid insulation. Yeah.
You know who I learned? You know who I learned that dark is not a summer beer, because I didn't know. I just like dark beer. I like Guinness Stout. I like anything dark. Nader, September 18, my second beers and cameras. And remember, we met at Goldwater, and all I drank that day was stout beer. And you remember how hot as fuck it was when we walked all the way down to Camelback.
Yeah.
Never again.
No way, dude.
Never again.
I'm happy I could educate you.
Hey, that's what you're here for. That's why they call you lead, right?
That sounds like environmental education.
I immediately flashed to that scene in Anchorman where he's like, milk was a bad choice.
What it is.
That is such a funny scene.
Dude, I don't know, about 5-6 years ago maybe, like I just stopped enjoying heavy beers. It's too hot out here. Like I was like, man, I really just want to like stick with the lighter stuff, and not just like light, like low calorie beer, but like just like pilsners, like lagers and stuff like that, and even IPAs that are just a little bit lighter. This one's a double, but it doesn't feel like real heavy. I think 2 of these though, I'd be pretty fucked.
Doesn't feel heavy yet.
I like that.
I think I don't have to drive.
I like that Scottsdale Blonde from Huss.
Oh,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like their Arizona Light. Like that's such like a
That one too. Yeah.
that's such like a river beer or like pool party beer. It's great.
Yeah. I might have to grab some Huss next time.
Do it, man. They've been great. They did they delivered to my house like last month. Yeah, so they've been really stepping it up and trying to take but adapt to the situation. And I just really appreciate seeing the companies who like really try to push and understand that like businesses are always changing, and like it's an opportunity, not like a handicap.
Talk about some of those silver linings. If we don't fuck this up, we'll be able to. Sorry. Oh, as soon as I swear you bring out a kid.
That is $5 in the swear jar, brother. You got to put that in the jar right now.
Flag on the play.
All right. I mean, if we don't mess this up, man, we'll be able to keep this beer delivery thing going. I hope. I don't see why they wouldn't be able to like.
I think we've like crossed a threshold that we can't go back from. Like I don't think it makes sense anymore.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we? It just, I mean, they'll complain and moan about DUIs all day, but they won't let us get delivered unless we have a major worldwide pandemic. Something seems a little unbalanced here. I thought of this a long time ago.
I think once they realize how much money they would actually make from delivery on top of reopening the bars, I think they'll keep up the delivery.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be, I mean, all these bars they're going to open, but some of the bars are going to be like, well, we can't open because we don't feel safe.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a weird dynamic for the next year.
Well,
Not to put too fine a point on it, man, but we're pretty spread out as far as the Tamron team goes. We ship an awful lot of illicit alcohol to one another.
Nice.
FedEx has some very well padded boxes traveling through their run. I just got a shipment of Havana 7 from my lady who just got back from Cuba.
Oh, I know which one this is.
Yeah, that would be Miss Erica. And so, and that arrived in a very nicely packed FedEx box. We do it all the time.
That's awesome.
It's terrible because we all live in really good. We have Portland, we've got Denver, we've got Boston. I mean, we got 3 massive brewery distillery sections just out of those 3 alone.
Mm-hmm.
We're constantly swapping locals. It's just a good way to go. That's how you make friends, man. It's just how.
Absolutely. I'm going to be doing our little interview with her and Sarah on the 21st.
Yes. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be the one I actually watch. This, by the way, I know I'm in reverse because I forgot to switch the camera, but Fire Captain Red out of Fort Collins, this shit's amazing. This is Horse and Dragon Brewery. They're reasonably new. They're only about a decade old. They have everything that they do is good. It doesn't matter what it is. I've not had anything bad from them.
Really?
Can you hold it up again?
Yeah. So sorry about the reversal. But
Oh no, it looks good here.
Nice.
Horse
Yeah,
and
it's
Dragon
good.
Brewery.
Yeah, it's good there.
Yeah.
Next time I'm down in Denver and we're hanging, can we go up to Fort Collins and go to Funkworks?
That sounds terrible. Yeah. We should probably not do that.
Okay, cool.
Where you want to go the next day is now that Longmont is a massive brewery and distillery in Byron, they have the bus and you pay, I think it's $38, but they take you to every distillery and brewery in town throughout the day.
Oh man, that sounds dangerous.
That's amazing.
Awesome.
It's extraordinary.
Okay,
it's a day to remember as foggy and lovely.
I have an old man question. Who knows how to flip the screen?
It was an option when we got in. I don't know. I think you have to log out on that
You're
game.
good, Roger. You're good.
Oh, am I? Because I'm backwards on my screen.
No, you're good on our screens.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
This whole
It's
mirror
weird.
universe bullshit. No.
It's weird. I wonder if mine's the same way. Mine. Yeah, it looks backwards to me, but does it look good to you guys?
Yeah,
Dreamy
that's good.
Raw.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's just that's
Who knew
weird.
they made a beer named
They're
after
flipping
you?
it in the box, so anything that gets transmitted looks correctly.
Yeah.
Lens correction.
I don't know anything about that. I'm not here for that.
It's like
No.
Pam. There's a D at the end, right?
Yeah.
Like comb.
Yes. Those silent letters, though.
Oh my gosh, this isn't working.
Nice.
What's happening? Everyone okay?
Oh no, my speakers are like there's like a static coming through the right speaker, but you guys don't hear it, right?
No.
Sounds fine.
Fuck, it's my laptop. It's dying on me, and it's I don't want to even like have the audio on. It's so bad. I'm trying to figure out how I can just put it out to the left speaker. That's it.
So I
You got it?
Is anybody using a camera versus a webcam for the video?
That was my plan today, but I didn't bother to set it up. But
I just downloaded the driver to the one Microsoft computer I have for the new Canon one.
yeah, the Canon one works pretty well.
Does it really? I haven't used it yet.
It works all right. It works all right. I would normally be using the 80D right now, but I'm picking up an HD 60s Plus so I can use my 7 III, which will do a much better job.
So everybody tells me that you need to have something in between the HDMI of the camera and the HDMI of the computer.
There's like there's like some sort of adapter that I saw.
Right. I've seen them, and a couple of $100.
Camlink is really well known. Elgato is also really good. We're all picking up Elgato HD 60s Plus. But everything's sold out. Like once everything went quarantine, all the podcasting equipment sold out. Every USB mic, every Bluetooth mic, every video capture card possible, they're all sold out, like nationwide.
However, I don't think you need one for the Canon's latest.
Through the USB.
Yeah, Canon's. If you have a Canon with one of the cameras that works, you don't need that. So you don't need a capture card. That's one of the cool things of this update they just did.
Yes.
You can download the driver onto your Microsoft computer, and I haven't used it yet. I just downloaded it, but I'm looking forward to using it.
Let us know if it works. That way we can share that info. I feel like if we're going to have to do these at least a few more times, it'd be good info to share with the group.
Yeah, I'm using a Lumix, a G9, and I'm assuming I have to use something in between.
Right now with the Lumix, you would need a video capture device in between. Yeah.
Sort of a cam link or that Elgato that you talked about.
Yes, sir. Yep.
In terms of the microphone, do you plug the microphone? If you have an external mic, do you plug that into the camera or into the computer?
You can do either or, actually. On my Surface, because I only have the one USB 3 port, I use whatever is on the camera.
Does it matter? I mean, does it make a difference? Or?
Well, I mean, in the case of Canon, Canon doesn't have preamps on most of their mics, so it does sound pretty crappy. And I prefer the video from the camera and the mic on the computer, but that's for right now. RVCA.
How's it going? Okay.
Have you ran into any latency issues going from camera as opposed to straight into the computer? I would imagine you get less latency going into a computer directly or into a sound card or interface of some sort.
I haven't used it enough to give you a yes or no. I've used it with one meeting, and with the one meeting, it went well. So I get, and I'm using a Microsoft Surface, which is not low end, but it's not exactly high powered either. And I think the real key is you have to have decent internet. You definitely have to have some bandwidth because it is asking for a lot out of the camera. But outside of it, the first experience I had with it was good. So I can recommend it based on that alone. And that was only with Zoom. I can't speak for anything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I would imagine some of that compatibility is platform contingent.
Now you better have a pipeline going upload because that'll definitely cause latency if you don't. A lot of the Denver area stuff here in Colorado, we have got great download, but nothing going up. My area just happens to do pretty well with up, so it works with what I've got. I'm just.
Is there sort of a minimum level of upload, download that's recommended?
They recommend 4 Mbps for up, and then if you have that going up, you'll have whatever you need going down.
Say that again for going up?
4 Mbps.
4.
Yep. It doesn't sound like much, but it is because everybody's running right now. So the bandwidth is being cut further than usual.
Okay.
And usually what they promise or what they market to you ain't what they're giving you.
No, it's not. Scallywags.
Motherfuckers.
Children.
Oh,
well,
sorry.
I don't know.
That's my $5.
All you do is say earmuffs, man.
Give me your Venmo account. I'll do it.
It wasn't me this time.
We'll have a square jar on Venmo.
So is it reasonable to accept the speeds that you're getting out of an app like Speed Test or anything like that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because I mean, I just ran Speed Test on my phone. You know, I'm in the same, where my computer is, and my download's about 90 and my upload's about 121. So I'm assuming that's good.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, all right.
Absolutely. Are you on a T1?
No, I'm on a fiber cable.
Fiber. Okay. Yep. That would make sense. Yeah. Cool. Nicely done. Yeah. If you're on, all you have to use is the F word, and we know you're good. You're good.
Sure.
Right. Juan, do you want to do a quick intro on everybody? Can you hear us?
One.
He plugged in his mic, so now he can't hear you.
He's working on it. Give him a second. But yeah, what we're gonna do. We want to just do a quick once you get this mic going, let's do a quick 3-4 sentence introduction, what you might have been shooting this week, what you're drinking, where you're from, something simple like that. So all these people, everyone here can get to know each other because we're from all across the country and globe now. Yeah. And we just want to build that camaraderie that you get from the local meetings.
Mom wanted to take a picture too.
Go on.
So, who's first? Mitch? Mitch first?
Sure.
Boom.
All right. I am Mitch Jones. I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. I just shoot as a hobbyist. Just got a Fuji 100 V and the 35 Ti.
Nice.
Jealous.
Yeah, I'm loving these guys. They're my new toys, and I've just been shooting kind of sign of the times, coronavirus, lockdown kind of stuff.
Nice.
I work from home full time for a bank in Tennessee, where I'm originally from, so the work-life impact has not been too great for me, but so we're hanging in pretty well.
Cool. Cool. Let's do Alex, you're next, buddy. 3 sentences, okay? Go.
I'm Alex the Heckerstron from San Diego, and I shoot mostly Olympus.
The Pen F, yeah.
And yeah, the Pen F and the OMD PM1 Mark II. And I guess I'm representing my local fall brewing today.
No kidding.
That's it.
Cool. All right. Oh, there you go. All right, let's do this. There you go. Your turn.
Me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm Pamela. I'm in Seattle, and I'm currently shooting Sony. And I do flowers on my windowsill while I'm working from home, or wildlife nature when I'm out on the trails.
Nice. Do you have your camera in front of you?
Hey.
I like that case.
And the flowers that I've been photographing.
Yeah, repping Sony. Just for you, we're here. That's it. Okay, and then we're gonna go on to Mr. Mark. He's from Sigma.
Hey, what's up, guys?
He's from Sigma,
yes,
right?
Yeah. You know, we're all friends out in the field.
Okay.
Well, yes, I work for Tamron Lenses. I'm the Rocky Mountain guy.
Okay, I remember you now.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Right here in Phoenix. You were a rep at a Beers and Cameras Phoenix show.
I was there.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I knew I'd seen you before.
That was actually that was a fun shoot back in the back room with all the brewing. That was great.
Yeah, that was at Phoenix Brewery.
That was, yes. I'm kind of hoping we all end up at Angel's Trumpet sometime because I can't not go there when I'm in town.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Currently repping Fort Collins, Colorado, where my daughter was born. Horse and Dragon Brewery. And while I do have other crap on the desk, I thought you guys would really appreciate a classic Cold War Lomo product. Proper Russian 35 CMA.
Wow.
Yeah.
This I got mint condition at one of my local camera stores for $30, and I'm very happy. It's a high quality 40 f4. I'm going to tell you.
Nice.
But yeah, it's the real thing. All Cold War props, all handwritten inside the book. Cool. I love this thing.
Hey, can you show us the back real quick?
What's that?
Can we see the back real quick?
Just the back.
Oh, okay. Just curious what it looks like.
Yep.
Cool.
It's high tech, super high tech.
Super high tech.
Yeah, I could see the Easy Up in there when you turned it around. I could see that in there.
And then, yes, I do have the new 70 to 180 2.8 with me.
If I shot Sony, I'd fucking want that.
It's pretty badass. It's definitely our best mirrorless lens. There's no doubt.
Yeah. 2.8.
Yes.
All right, Anthony. What's up? What's from Hawaii?
Hey, I'm Anthony. I'm out in Honolulu.
Nice.
I shoot with Fuji primarily. Sorry, wrong hand. I just been sitting in the house shooting a lot of stuff around the house. I do a lot of stuff with shadows and lighting, so I've been trying to shoot the way I shoot streets, indoors, no people.
That's a rad way to look at it.
Anthony,
Yeah, something to keep me busy.
Did we meet a pro camera at one of their events out there?
Yeah, the one in Waimanalo.
Yeah, awesome. Good to see you, brother. I've been talking
nice
to
to see you
Tony.
too.
Yeah.
Dope. That's cool. All right, Roger. You're up, buddy.
Hi, my name is Roger. I like to shoot with a flash 620. No, I'm kidding, man. I do love shooting this. I like shooting the 620 with
you're full of shit.
with 120. No, I actually do shoot 120 film.
No, I believe it. No, for sure.
No, my camera is a Holga. No,
You're a masochist. This is good.
No, I like I said in the last camera meetup, Beers and Cameras meetup, I'll even shoot with my phone. I'll shoot with whatever I have in my hand. If I'm doing studio shoots like what Nader does, I shoot 5D Mark III Canon with 51.4, or if I want to get really tight, I'll shoot the 100 macro. But I just shoot for fun. I don't make money at this shit. I mean, I wish I could, but I don't. No, full-time machinist for 28 years, so Yeah.
Very cool.
Kind of hard to give up the machinist money to go make a little bit of money. Photography. So, but no, I do it for fun. I meet a lot of really cool. So,
Cool.
no, it's fun. I love it.
Oh yeah, man.
You can tell he has like a big screen to work with because he went with like this. He gave you big arms.
Keeps looking up. Yeah.
Instead of going like, yeah, I meet a couple of cool people. No, he's like, yeah, all of you guys, like we're all sitting at the Last Supper dinner table.
I do have a 50 above my laptop, so.
Nice. All right. Who's next? So Sal, buddy, your turn. 3 sentences.
What's up, everybody? My name's Sal Martinez. I live in Oxnard, California. And I just love taking pictures of my family in real life. That's it.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite guys to follow for that.
What is that? FM3A.
Nice.
This camera.
Yes.
That's it.
You also choose an M10, right?
I do. I have an M10, but I don't know, man. I started with an SLR, and that's one of the cameras I always just pick up before, my M6 or my M10. I love it. I don't know if it has to do with focusing, because I shoot a lot indoors, and having an SLR really helps indoors, but every time I go outside, I always have my M10. It's easy to focus with those. You just essentially, zone focus and shoot. That's it. So
very cool. Actually, it's funny. I actually find I miss more shots with my R9 than I do with my M6. I don't know why.
There's a different mentality to it.
Maybe. So I can't tell if it's really in focus or not. But with the rangefinder, it's like, like boom, it's in focus. That's
Get your eyes checked.
Cool.
Get one of those super Fresnel plates where it's completely out of focus until it is,
Yeah.
Because the R9 had a few of those. You could really swap that out.
Yeah, there's a focusing plate I have with it. I haven't tried. It's supposed to change the magnification or something on it.
Yeah. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, I haven't tried it though. Hey Travis, you're up. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, man. Travis, I'm currently in Phoenix, but I'm actually based out of Las Vegas now, and I run the Canon's R system there, and just kind of building on that with a lot of EF lenses to shoot mainly landscape and product / macro. So those kind of 2/3 things. I say / because product and macro are kind of tied into one there for a lot of the smaller stuff. So run that and just have a good time with it. And I have a page dedicated to beers. So it's taking a hit now with me taking up a new job, but I went from flight medicine over to medical sales and haven't looked back once. So,
what kind of product do you shoot?
That was my question. Yeah.
Right now it's just beers. Do a few smaller things, trying to incorporate a few.
Plug your Instagram page, brother.
But that's about it.
Plug your Instagram page.
Oh, you can find it at Beer Portraits to see the main stuff. Yeah, Beer Portraits will be.
Beer portraits?
Yeah, Beer Portraits. You'll find it. That's the main one. And then my personal one is just my name, but I've got Beer Portraits that's plugging along. It's a little slow right now since I switched jobs, but thanks to quarantine and my alcohol consumption, I've been able to crank out, I think, 1 or 2 posts recently. So
checking out today, dude.
Yeah, well, that's why I got this one. The problem is, so the bottle shop here in Tempe, they've been closed as well, and that's where I go and I just take my time and I pick my labels and I do that because I get really particular. I don't want somebody to just bring me whatever and the label's all jacked and I got to do a bunch of photo work and the can is dented and it smells like toe jam. I don't know what they're doing to it. So I go in and it's a process, right? So I haven't really had that opportunity while I've been in quarantine, but I picked up a few because they were open. So
for sure. Can you like a little bit later? Can you do me a favor? Can you grab that lens that's over your right shoulder there?
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that one. I want you to show it to everybody.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
What's that? A 100 to 400?
No.
What is that?
No.
What is that?
It's a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
This is gonna turn into a porn session real quick here.
Who's got the Bob Chihuahuas synced up?
Wow.
I'm sure I got a sample somewhere.
This is Canon's 200 180.
Yeah, I thought it was a 200.
Nice.
It's pretty phenomenal.
Take a picture. Hold it.
That thing is
Ready?
It's just a telescope.
Mercy.
Put your face next to it. Put your face like right next to it. Like there.
Like
Look
this?
at that.
No,
Oh my God.
It's a telescope you mount to your freaking camera.
It's a significant piece of equipment. And it's
so pretty.
it's
I'm
still
gonna go clean up.
looking for a place that is willing to appraise it, because I took it to Tempe Camera and they're like, we've never seen one.
I'll give you like $10 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
You should pay $1 for it.
Yeah, it costs like $6,000 because Fuji's 200 f2 is $6,000.
Yeah, Nikon's is like 4.
That's an APS-C lens, might I add.
Yeah. And this is
no, and I mean that sincerely. Like that changes the game.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It'll be closer to 10.
I'm triggered.
Yeah.
Hey, David, say hi. Give us 3
I
seconds.
have every intention to bring it to the next meetup that I'm in person.
Okay,
do it
for sure. Bring it.
Do it. Hey, David, can you introduce yourself? 3 sentences. What you shoot? What you're drinking? What's up? 3
Sure.
seconds.
What's up, guys? My name's David. I am a reporter in New York. I write for a technology blog, and I shoot now a lot of film stuff. Right, my main camera is a Fuji TX1 flash X-Pan. It's basically an X-Pan. And then for work I use an X-T3. And then Hasselblad just sent me their
so jealous
X1D2 that I was, because they made an adapter for the X-Pan lenses. So I'm able to use my TX1 lens on this. And I was just walking around shooting today. But,
that's super cool.
Yeah,
That's pretty.
I do a ton of product photography stuff for work. So like my most common lens that I use is this 80mm 2.8 that Fuji makes.
It's amazing.
It's such a good lens.
It's super good lens. Super good lens.
It's like crazy sharp.
Yeah.
I was traveling for 3 years full time, and then this kind of happened, and now I'm stuck in New York, which is the best place to be during now. So, you know, wishing I was in San Diego with the better weather. So.
I met David when I was in Montreal, and was it Montreal? Yeah.
Yeah, it was Montreal. Yeah.
For the Fujifilm North America meetup that we have, Casey Kavanaugh was there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And your buddy and I had first met David, and with Take, Big Head Taco was there, and it was cool. Yeah. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. We
gotta go back.
Yeah, seriously. Close
Yeah,
by.
I can't wait to like travel and go meet up with people again. Like I'm gonna drive to San Diego. I'm gonna fly to New York in the I think the summer for Tamron.
Nice.
So hopefully that still happens. But
hey, give us your 3 sentences, buddy.
Oh, am I up?
Yeah, you're up. Why not?
Fuck. I'm Nader. I am the Phoenix Beers and Cameras lead, full-time photographer. I shoot a lot with this guy. My Nikon is like my baby. I shoot a lot of Tamron lenses. I'm an ambassador for Tamron now. When I'm not shooting that, I'm usually shooting this.
Oh, baby. Nice.
I love this camera a lot. I've been like a big fan of medium format for a long time, and like that was like the camera that some of like my inspirations shot. So when I finally got it, I like freaked out. I am drinking a Dreamy Draw double IPA from Wren House Brewing. It is a limited edition release from Arizona. They only have like 4 packs of these a day for the last 3 days, and I ended up getting one. It's really good.
Did you have to wait online or anything for it?
Say again?
Did you like? You didn't have to wait online. Obviously, did you just like order it online?
Literally, they opened up the orders at 1 p.m. and at 1:05, I was putting my order in. It like was going through, and then it declined my order.
What?
And at 1:06, I basically while in the cart and it said decline, I just clicked it again and it said -11. So like in 5 minutes it sold out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, luckily I hit them up. I was like, hey, I was like in the middle of buying this. That's kind of shitty. And they hooked me up.
Is it any good?
It's really good. It doesn't feel that heavy. It's super tropical, and in IPAs,
Did you
it's
pull the whole "Do you know who I am" move?
say again.
I'm sorry, have we met
You know
before?
who I am?
No, I didn't pull that card.
You know me, sir.
I'm later, bitch.
Just going there slapping people with my mask on and gloves.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's Nader.
Yeah,
All right.
nice to meet the new faces. Please reach out.
All right, Joel, what's up? 3 sentences about yourself.
I'm Joel. I'm from San Diego. I primarily shoot Leica SLR, the R system. I got an R5 and an R4, and then digital is all Fuji, X100, XT3. Photography-wise, I primarily shoot concert photography, punk rock shows, small, dank, dark places.
Nice.
And that's about it. Haven't been shooting much lately.
Yeah.
Getting back to
Yeah, I
my
feel that.
audio engineering roots. I've traded Leica lenses for Neve console preamps and that sort of stuff. So drinking a bourbon old fashioned.
Hell yeah.
And it was this or Coors Light. I thought I'd class it up a little bit for these new friends. And that's about it.
You didn't have to put on pants for me.
Oh, I'm not wearing pants.
I'm not wearing pants. Pants are overrated.
Very cool. All right, but
Does it mean it's you on?
what?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, what's happening? 3 sentences.
What up?
I'm Tyler, based out of Boise. Stay-at-home dad, so I basically take a lot of shots of my daughter, chase her around all day, and get some shots outside when we go on the trail and whatnot. Been shooting a lot on this X100V, which is awesome. I can't believe how awesome this camera's been just for kind of all the stuff that we do. It fits in my most pockets, which is pretty cool. And drinking Naked Sunbather from Mad Swede.
Nice.
Nice.
Where's that out of?
They're out of Boise, Idaho.
They are, okay.
And they actually won a gold for this beer at GABF.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's a really solid beer. I think there was 5 breweries that medaled at GABF this year out of Idaho, which was pretty cool. So that's not a bad deal. Even though
Cool. Juan,
what?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Remember the thing we're supposed to talk about at the end?
The film swap?
I think we should do a beer swap.
Ooh,
that's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
I think we should do a beer swap. Mark inspired me. Thanks, Mark.
Let's do it.
And
All right.
it doesn't even have to be paid for.
Let me cancel
I'm
this.
gonna see if I can get.
I got introduced to Mad Swede when I was up in Boise this March.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, it's a good spot.
I was up there for PP of I and their convention, and I work with Idaho Camera up there, but they brought some in for us, and that was good. I don't even remember which Mad Swede it was, but I love the name Mad Swede. It's just so good.
They're actually opening up like because their brew house is kind of like outside town right now.
Yeah.
But they're opening up like a tap room in downtown. So I
Awesome.
don't know where all that's at with like the shutdown, but
Sure.
yeah, they make some good stuff and
It was good.
yeah.
It was very good.
How is Idaho Camera? I've only been here a year and I've been meaning to get over there, but obviously not doing that anytime soon.
Is my brand visible on my shirt? Okay, no. So here's the deal with Idaho Camera. They're really good people, family owned and operated for 65 years. The problem is that I can't tell who abandoned who first. If the pro abandoned them or if they abandoned the pro, but they no longer carry anything above the Nikon D500 Canon 7D Mark II level product. And they were devoutly anti-mirrorless until Nikon and Canon kind of forced them into it. So they do not have a Fuji license. They're not Fuji centric, so they won't be able to help you with the Fuji stuff, unfortunately. They're really awesome people. They're just a little behind the times.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. I asked the place and then
They're
looked
really
at,
good
looked
for
them up.
film. Like you can go and get whatever film you need from them. Like they've got analog.
Okay.
For sure.
I got an old
I don't wanna step
Nikon
on their
F.
toes, but yeah, they but unfortunately, unlike the modern tech, they're a little behind.
Okay, good to know. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
All right, buddy.
Who's next? Who's next?
I can give it a shot.
Not you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wonderful. My name is Spider. I'm from LA. I have a very, very simple setup. My Sony A6000, my Nifty 50 Minolta.
Awesome.
Usually now, because everything is shut down, I'm just shooting from my car, whatever I can see. And I am drinking Jim Voodoo Ranger IPA. Not bad.
That's a good IPA.
Solid one. All right.
Great.
Colorado represent.
All right, Ken.
So let's see. So originally New York City, Long Beach, California now. Retired, shot a lot of film, mostly Nikon back in the day, a long day ago, for about 30 years. Switched about a year or two ago, now shooting with Lumix G9. Too old to start hauling around that old big stuff anymore.
Have you looked at
let's see,
Fuji at all, or no?
Say again?
Have you tried Fuji at all? They make kind of smaller cameras too.
I thought about it. You know, I sort of bought into the Lumix system and kind of enjoying the Lumix.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the XT4 is sort of enticing, but I'm not sure exactly what it would give me that I don't get with the Lumix at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Their cameras are great.
yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. It's all good stuff. I've never had a camera that sort of held me back. It's always more me than anybody else.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair,
yeah,
brother.
Yeah. So anyway,
Nice.
that's about it.
All right, and now
Oh,
what about
Ken.
Scott?
Yeah.
What up, Scott?
Yeah.
Where you from?
Scott, is that a virtual background or is that your background?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
This is my deck right here. This is my backyard.
I'm so
hi,
jealous.
everyone. I'm Scott. I am in North Carolina where the weather is perfect. And I happen to have had a beer-loving friend over just before this. We had a couple of North Carolina beers. Had a couple from Grimm in Brooklyn, a double IPA and a triple.
You're
So we
drinking all
shared,
those right now?
We shared a bunch.
Yeah.
Just combining them all on big
I'm at the
glass.
tail end of all those things. So, yeah, I primarily enjoy street photography. I'm a Fuji shooter. This is my X100F. This is the camera that got me back in love with photography. Look at the dials on this thing. It's wonderful. I love carrying this around, like shooting street, like not worrying about anything, just shooting JPEG, getting the right in camera, not fussing around. And also, I like just connecting with other photographers, learning, absorbing information, finding new ideas, that sort of thing. So happy to be part of the group.
Awesome.
Pleasure to meet you, man.
Definitely.
All right, Ed, Mr. Acosta.
Hello, I'm Ed Acosta from Pasadena, California. I work on Family Guy all week here from home. I'm a designer on the show.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, man.
He's working on a. If there's ever a photographer, he's gonna try to work in the BNC logo.
Yeah, I gotta try it. It's gonna be hard. They
Gotta do it.
stuff. They're pretty strict, but lately I've been shooting my M10 and the Fuji 100V. What it's called? Yeah. And my favorite film camera right now is this guy, the F3.
Nikon F3, nice.
And I'm not an SLR guy, but this thing, I love it. And I have the Pancake Voigtlander 40 on it.
Oh, nice.
It's so nice.
But
Yeah.
even over the R8?
Yeah, it's just because R8's too big, but I love the R8. Don't get me wrong. But like for street, this like SLR, man, this thing rules. But anyhow, I've been shooting at home, and I'm basically doing a thing called the Bored as Fuck self-portrait series, and I'm using the M10 and the 100V, and then I'm drinking some Hibiki Harmony. Why is my camera?
Oh, that's delicious.
It just hates your focus. It just doesn't want to focus.
Yeah.
Weird.
You got to get that in focus.
It's Bigfoot.
And it's an auto camera too, so I don't understand. Okay.
Weird.
I don't know what's going on there. But
Oh, there you go.
There it
They're
is.
right in front of your face.
there you go.
Oh, Japanese whiskey, dude. So good.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Come here.
Nice to meet you, buddy. All right, Mr. Mike.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. My name's Mike. I'm in Simi Valley, California. I went to the Film Padilla, was it not last year, right?
Yeah, last year.
Went there, and then I've been meaning to go to the LA meetups of Beers and Camera, but with when I was working and before all this, with the Sunday meetups, it was hard to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I decided to join in on this, and Icon F5 with the motor drive, F1
Nice.
with the motor drive, and then do a lot of M10 landscape, and been shooting my kids quite a bit with all that's going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you usually shoot with the motor drive on there, or is that like a?
This is my my first camera was an F that I have. This was my dad's, and this will be the first time I've shot it. It just got all worked out, the meters synced up with the batteries, and I've been dying to shoot it. So I'm gonna put a roll of HP5 in it and go shoot the kids this afternoon.
Nice.
Shoot the kids yeah, I mean,
yeah.
What lens is
that? The lens is a 35-1.4.
Yeah, I used to have that. It's freaking excellent. Uh-oh. We lost him.
What happened?
1966.
Oh,
The camera was so good, dude.
I think he got trapped.
I'll be doing.
All right, your turn.
I think my internet's crapping up too.
Denise,
Three sentences about yourself. What you're shooting, what you're drinking.
Okay. I shoot with a Nikon D7500. I don't really know a lot about other types of cameras because I got a camera as a present and then I just started shooting and I love it. So
fuck yeah.
That's the way to do it.
yeah, like eventually one day
Shoot because you love it.
shoot more things. Yeah, with more equipment. And I'm just drinking a soda water right now because I'm poor.
Mark's favorite. That's Mark's favorite.
We'll drink for you.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and I'm in Arizona. And behind me is Watson Lake.
Nice. Very cool. All right, and then now we're on to David.
I like your watch strap, Nisa.
Oh, thanks. You know, the straps that they send you with these watches are ridiculous. It's like a plastic peg that goes into the holes. And since one of my jobs is in production, it was getting caught on stuff constantly, cables or just random parts of the stage and flying off my arm. So there's a company that's called Nyloon, and they make these.
Oh yeah, I buy some for my from one of my other watches. Like I buy like some of those the different multicolor ones.
Yeah.
They're rad.
Yeah.
I just like the green and blue a lot.
I did too.
Nice. That's actually an idea for you, Mike, is to shoot watches. If you're not into that, I don't know if you're into watches, but personally, I'm into watches, and companies will send you watches for free or whatever if you send them some cool shots. I mean, you're into macro photography, so. Mike, no, hear me? No? Okay. Never mind. Hey, Starla. Hey, you're up. 3 sentences about yourself, who you are, what you like to shoot, what you're drinking.
Well, hi guys, I'm Starla. I'm in San Diego. I'm trying to absorb some sunlight. Primarily shooting 35 millimeter right now on the Nikon F100. And then, I don't know, I feel like that's pretty much me. I've got whatever single hop IPA was in my kitchen at the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
She's a very talented photographer. So.
F100. I love the F100.
I mean,
Really easy to use.
that camera was my life for a good 6 years.
Yep. I used to shoot weddings with that.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, and now we got Robert. I don't know. Oh, I can't spotlight him. So never mind on Robert, because I don't know why I can't spotlight him. But yeah, there you go. Are you up?
Is he just lurking?
I don't know. He's got a cool photo up.
Well, he's got his audio up, and he's got video maybe coming.
Hey, how's it going? I'm in my
Robert, do you have video? There we go. Hey.
Oh, there he is.
Now you're on the spot.
I'm in my garage.
I know that guy.
Let me hear this video. No, I'm kidding. Hello, I'm Robert. I'm from LA. Let's see. What do I shoot? I'm in my garage today because I've been on the mend for about 6 weeks. But I can find my garage.
Oh yeah, dude. Do it. Do it.
Everybody
on a flash.
So, well, the funny thing, this is actually for my wedding. So this is about 14 years old. So,
probably give us the bug.
So this is the first time I pretty much have touched the camera in about 6 weeks. I haven't really been doing much. And because I've been on demand and on some medicine, I'm drinking Senses 220.
Nice.
That's good. Love it.
You don't have COVID, right?
Outstanding.
No.
Personally?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe you didn't want to share, but okay.
No, it's
okay, no, it's all good. Okay. It's all good. Cool. Hey, so it's 2 o'clock, Nader.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the beer swamp that you just invented?
Well, yeah, like we were gonna talk about like all right, let me rewind. Sorry, I was looking at my dog. We were talking last meet about kind of connecting people who are interested to do something extracurricular, and then we decided maybe a film swap. That would be really cool. And film swaps, I mean, that sounds great, but again, like some people are in areas where they could probably go out, and some people are areas where they probably can't go out and shoot. So I still would like to see that play out and see what happens. But with what Mark said and what Craft Beard was talking about, so you guys can go check out, so you guys can see his window. You know, I think a beer swap would be awesome. Like, why don't we grab like a 4 to 6 can pack and just ship it out to whoever we're partnered up with. Ideally,
Secret Santa style, like where we all draw a digital name, but we don't know who else has our name, so we just send it.
That's a cool idea.
I think that sounds good, as long as we don't like get people who are from the same place.
I don't think we're allowed to send alcohol in the mail, though, right?
I don't think we're officially allowed to send it.
Say it's
As long as you don't say it's alcohol.
Yeah.
No glove usually works.
This is below the radar, and this Juan, you should probably edit this out of the YouTube video.
Right on. Let's say that and that's how it works.
I just think like
towels, you know.
Yeah, I just feel like, you know, just send a couple cans to each other, like, as a way to like build some camaraderie. I think that sounds cool. Like we're not hurting anybody.
What we should also do is throw in a roll of film.
Oh no, yeah, we should maybe mix them together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm open to opening this up to kind of talk about for a second. But I feel like we talk about like film swaps, we talk about print swaps. all that stuff, but like beers and cameras. So like, why not swap beer?
Yeah. So to sign up for this, how should we do it?
So last time we did like a hand raise thing, but I think like, and that worked to a point, but you know, that leaves people out who might want to. Okay, do you want to keep this to people who are at the meeting now, or do we want to open this up to people outside? Like send like a thing out after and be like, hey, do you want to sign up?
See, this is how you get us for a
Open it up.
newsletter, isn't it? This is your plan. You're gonna catch us for the email, the newsletter. Yeah. I see how it's
Oh no,
going.
dude! It's much. I'm gonna get your phone number and I'm gonna text you every like half week.
Motherfucker, you have my phone number for like 2 years now. You don't text me. He's lying. He's lying. He's
Roger,
lying.
I just text you like 3 in the morning when I need stuff.
No,
Yeah, open it up to people that want to participate. I'm sure there are people that could not join this call that would be interested.
I've got the perfect box. I've already got a box that's made for shipping beer, just sitting in my garage, ready to go.
Yeah, have you guys ever done like the Reddit Secret Santa? Has anybody done that?
Yeah, I actually have done it every year for like 7 years.
Oh, fantastic! I've done it, and it's really cool. Like it's like super anonymous, and then like you're gifting something to somebody. So I feel like we could have a semblance of that going on here. So I guess Juan and I will. All right, let's just do a roll call. I'm gonna scroll over your name. Mitch, you in? You're in. Alex, you in? Dejacion. Pam, you in?
Yeah, sure.
Mark?
Yo.
Tony? Anthony?
Sure. You don't have to be
All right,
in.
Roger?
like a monkey on a football.
All right. Sal?
I'm okay, guys. I kind of keep it light, so I don't want to waste some good craft beer on myself.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, well, that's another aspect of it. Now it's like what kind of beer do you give each other? Is this something that we connect to people and they figure it out and they make it happen, or is it something that we like just kind of govern?
Okay. Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Can we spitball here? Okay,
That's what I'm doing.
I know last time we had spoke about you and Juan had spoke about doing kind of like a pen pal thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Doing the matching up people with pairing people up. Okay. Yeah. So why in this situation do you think it'd be a good idea to pair two people up and say, hey, what are you into? You into lights? You into darks? You into medium format? You into 35 millimeter? I mean, could you?
Oh, so is this something that maybe we should survey? Like put 120, 35 millimeter, and then like lagers, IPA, like something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That way, the two people could connect and see what it is they like to drink. That way, because I do like darks, even though I'm retired and not supposed to be drinking it during the summer. But I don't want to send somebody that drinks really light beer an ass load of extra stout. You know what I mean? Because that would be kind of.
How much is an ass load?
Yeah,
that's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
This may vary.
More than a shitload.
Just you see what I'm saying though, right? I mean, because I do like light beer. As a matter of fact, I had my backup after my 10 Commandments. So
it's just a whole bag of beer.
Anthony,
what's up?
It's an ass load of beer.
Why don't you, as you collect names, why don't you get their, what their likes and wants are for the film and the beer? Then when you send it out, they have that list already.
Yeah.
I got so and so, and he likes this, and he likes that. He shoots this.
Yeah, we could do a simple survey and match people up with.
You can do
Yeah, Juan, let's do. Juan, I don't mind doing that with you if you want to, Juan.
It's gotta be simple, because if we make it complicated, it won't happen. I think a lot of people may not like beer until they get one and they taste it and they're like, oh, it's actually not that bad or whatever.
True.
I just like the idea of like people like from Cali getting East Coast beer, stuff like that.
That's
I've got an idea.
To that.
That's cool.
So going back to the Reddit thing, you have to fill out a questionnaire. Sort of, you give out the information that you like about yourself, things that will feed the next person, whoever's going to gift you whatever it is. So we can start throwing in a lot of things that we like about beer, about camera, film, or anything.
I can do.
I don't shoot film, but I would love to shoot film.
I can do a Google Forms on it. It's just a simple link. You fill it out, like 4 questions, and that's it. And I get a spreadsheet out of it, and we can kind of link people up that way.
Okay.
Perfect.
Google Forms.
Do that. Just find out who wants to participate as the first step, and then build up from there.
And and everybody. Okay, cool.
That's good.
Nice. All right. Cool.
So all right. Because it seemed like we have a general consensus. Let me just kind of keep going through here. Tyler, you in?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Well, how about this? Anybody who's out, just kind of raise their hand. Out.
I don't know. I guess not.
Sal, you're not even into it, even if we like kind of survey people.
Oh, I'll be down for that.
Nope.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, we'll make sure you're not getting like a triple IPA.
There you go.
But yeah, no, I mean, I feel like this is something cool that we can do to be inclusive and kind of spread brands around and just be family. So, all right, I'm gonna just take note of everybody who's here right now.
We should probably make a deadline where if you're going to commit to this, you need to be able to send it by a certain date so that there's a certain meetup that will coincide with these beers.
Makes sense.
Maybe.
This is kind of turning into like Oprah's book club. I love it. Everybody's gonna drink half a beer. We're gonna talk about
an IPA. You get an IPA. You get
a traveling camera.
You get a lager. You get a dark.
Can I interject something?
Yeah.
Somebody said something about the Reddit thing, but Emulsive does a film swap every year, and we always use Elfster, which is a website where you go on, you make a wish list.
I've used that before.
I love it. I've used it too.
But
you hate it? It's super easy.
I use it with my family, and it's always giving us problems with like.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Christmas gram with everybody's faces on it, and the elves do the dance. Is that what that is?
No,
it's like a wish list. You go on there, everybody registers, they put in their address, and then the application automatically matches up to people. You can see their wish list. You can see what's on their film wish list, what's on their beer wish list, and then privately correspond with them so that they don't know who you are.
That's cool. Yeah, we can look into that for sure.
Sounds cool.
Good idea. I've had bad issues with it, but maybe it's just user error. With
probably
myself and my mom and my brother or whatever. Cool. And then we can almost do it'd be kind of fun. I don't know how long this quarantine stuff's going to go down, but it'd be kind of cool if we had the luxury of sending a camera around where we all take a couple frames with it.
Dude, that is such a rad idea.
That would be awesome.
Let's get a disposable and do that.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen
That'd be so
Single
cool.
Fin Yellow?
Well, I'm not gonna say
100%.
You stole my idea, but I was already planning on putting a roll and click in there for them, like with whatever beers I send. I was just gonna stick one of those roll and clicks. I was gonna send a note, but yeah, I mean, if you want to make it public or whatever, I mean, sure. I mean,
let's do it.
We'll
Let's
send
do
like
it.
3. We'll send 3 of
Juan,
them.
why don't you go ahead and box up that Panny S1R? That'd be great.
Okay.
Talking about panties.
Panties.
Why are you talking about panties?
We'll send this guy.
Panny. No T. No T. Soft T.
Is that what was?
Have you posted anything with that? Juan?
Barely. I just got it yesterday. But it's a borrow. I'm borrowing it from KEH.
Nice.
Is that what was in the box?
No, this?
Oh, dude, open it up.
Yeah, open it.
Open it. Open
What's
it.
in the box?
No.
What's in the box?
What's happening?
Is it the 100V?
Yeah.
I think it is.
The black one?
In black.
He had a little
So this is from Pop Flash Photo. I ordered it from Pop Flash. It comes in a bag apparently.
Oh shit.
Unpin this guy's video.
That low pro bag is about 15 years old.
Yeah.
I know that's.
Oh, snap! I had one of those in blue.
The Nova One is a classic. Holy
That's
shit.
so cute.
That's cool.
Those have not been for sale for a decade. That's awesome.
Oh, whoa. So here you go. Here you go. Memory card.
Good stuff. Hoodman's always good.
UHS too. Oh, baby.
Look at it.
That's nice.
It's a nice strap that it comes with too.
That you think that's pretty. Oh yeah, look at the custom.
red button.
Yeah.
Little
Nice.
button with the
Red
B on
button.
it.
I'll sell that shit.
Fucking
Oh,
dope.
hell no.
That's a weird
Oh,
strap.
Nice.
And then extra battery.
That's positive.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
And then $100 gift certificate. No, I was kidding.
I'll take that.
This is cool.
You're doing a drawing right now, right?
This is literally the first time I've held one. Some of you have these, so you know what it's about, but that's awesome.
Yeah.
It is.
Hell yeah.
They're pretty
All right.
sweet.
Time to see what it's all about.
It looks broken. You should probably send it to me.
You already have it.
I could always use another one.
Whoa, it's so weird not having a control dial here.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh,
You'll accidentally touch the touch screen and it causes a lot of problems sometimes. But you get used to
You'll
it.
love it though.
You'll get used to it.
Able to adjust to the missing
Awesome.
keypad pretty
You
quickly.
don't see a lot of the black ones, huh?
No.
I like it. It's just, I love the silver. Just looks so classic.
It is, yeah.
That is
I'm
beautiful.
not sure this will photograph as well.
What do you mean?
Like
when you
for
take pictures
camera
of
board
it?
pictures.
I mean, with the right lighting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's
Hey,
really
if you don't like it, send it to me.
No,
I got the film. I got the film version. I got the film version of that camera right here.
Is that the Fujifilm Classa?
Which one? G2?
That's the QL17 right here, baby.
All right, everybody, real quickly, go into the chat.
No, you're not
Click.
the boss of me.
Click on the link in the chat. I just created a quick Google survey.
Hello.
Just go in there at some point, even if you don't fill it out right now. Just click on it now so you have it.
It's not.
And then we can get information for anybody who wants to participate in the swap.
You have to copy and paste it because Zoom stopped allowing everybody to have live links. In the chat.
I copied and pasted, so
Yeah, it's not clickable. You have to copy it.
No.
And then paste it
Yeah.
out to a browser.
pasted it again.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's
Actually able to do it. Just click into it.
Mine worked.
Mine doing it.
Mine
Depends on
didn't.
whether or not you updated your Zoom, but newer updated Zooms, they disabled that because of all the Zoom bombing.
Bomb, 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 bomb.
And phone number was default in there. I guess we don't really need to worry about that. I didn't take it out. But address, obviously, email so we know, name so we know.
Oh my God.
Beer and film format you shoot.
Cool. Awesome.
Guys, come on now. God damn it.
Alrighty, put it in. Cool. Well, I got a bail here, guys. Unfortunately, but I put my information in the document, so hopefully we can get that started. Be fun.
If you miss his face, you go Android Authority and you'll see him on there. It's got 3 million followers or something.
Yeah, I run the YouTube channel for it. We have 3.5 million subscribers.
Okay, I'm getting a sign in here.
Many
Very
followers.
cool.
Why not a sign in?
All right, we'll see you later, buddy.
All right, see you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Why am I getting a sign in?
You shouldn't. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Hang on, I'll take a picture.
Yeah, I got the link directly to it.
I had to log into my Gmail.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not logged into Google, you probably will have to sign in. That's probably true.
Well, I don't want to sign into Google because I forgot my password.
So just send Nader all your personal info, and I'm sure it'll be secure.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
He's a trustworthy fellow. Look at his face.
This guy.
All right, done and done.
He's a freaking comedian.
I spoon, brother. I spoon.
Okay, not now.
So I tried. I couldn't get the Canon thing to work, so I got to use the computer webcam. But I think I'll screw with it later.
Roger. What the block is this? Will be connected. Basic. What the hell kind of bullshit is this?
Wow, I guess we can just sit here and listen to Roger curse all day.
Right?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
What tarnation, Betty Crocker, son of a?
Hey! I don't use tarnation. God damn it!
No, Eduardo didn't need a Family Guy character on the chat.
No.
Right?
Well played.
Giggity.
We're trying to get him out of work.
Email. Fuck your email.
Whoa.
Yeah, Eduardo, I mean, how's it really kind of impacting there, man? I was thinking about that the other day. I've seen a lot of behind the scenes of how shows get made. It's very close. How's things get really impacted with like production and moving forward and everything else?
I mean, there's certain aspects of it that
Can't hear you, Nader.
are going to be hard, but so far everything is being done remotely.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't think of anything that's not computerized now. Like at least, even voice actors, they sometimes just do it from their phone at home, or they have a setup at home.
Yeah,
that's what Steph does. He never comes in anymore.
Yeah, because when I
haven't
see
seen him in like 8
shows
years.
like South Park, those guys do it like that week. They make that show that week, and they're like, they sit in a room, they think about what they're going to make the show about, and I'm like, how are they doing that right now?
They storyboard really, really quickly, like they're storyboard artists, because they don't have to be completely on model, and it doesn't have to be drawn really well because it's all CGI.
Yeah.
And so they can put those shows together really fast.
Yeah, man, those guys
Ours
throw it
takes
together.
a year. We take 1 year from script to screen.
Are you for real? Seriously?
Yeah. So basically overlapping production like by a week. So every week we have to ship one, or every 2 weeks we have to ship a show to Korea. They animate it, comes back, and it gets finished, and then it gets aired a year after the script was written.
Wow.
So it's like we're constantly like trying to stay on schedule so airing can stay on schedule. So it can get stressful.
I would imagine, yeah.
Because anything can go wrong, and and sets hard to come by now, so getting them to record gets difficult sometimes. So we'll end up having like storyboard artists storyboarding with no voice record yet, which is tough.
That's a bitch, yeah.
Yeah, so but it's worked out somehow.
So any coronavirus stuff is going to come out in like 8 months, a year from now?
I don't know yet. We still don't. I haven't seen anything on that yet. We're working on. We work on new shows, and we work on shows that are going to ship. So we work on what we call pre-design, which is from the script for the director. So I'll do designs that the director requests from me, and those are used mostly as like just filler for now. Like they're not finalized yet. They're just so they can storyboard. And then once the storyboard is completed and approved, and animatics made, and everyone's like, yeah, this is ready to go, then that comes to us so we can do all the finalized designs. And it's a massive crew of people just to get that part done. And in Korea, it's like an army just to animate it.
Man. It's funny, an old friend of mine, Zeb Wells, he worked on Robot Chicken for a long time.
Oh, nice.
But he went back to Marvel Comics to work on Spider-Man here.
Well, it's probably not easier to draw, but it's definitely easier.
He's a writer.
Yeah, you don't have. Oh, okay. Because you don't have so many people with their hands in the pot. Like in sitcom stuff like Primetime, too many cooks in the kitchen, man. It's
What do you got? Like
ridiculous.
12 people on. What do you got? Like 12, 15 people on staff.
Well, on the writer staff.
Yeah. But what about the artist staff?
We got like probably close to like 150.
Wow.
Damn. Yeah, because we got not just this, but we have storyboard teams, right? So we have like two guys working together, the director, assistant director. We have about 6 of those guys, like 6 teams. So that's 12 already.
Wow.
Then we have storyboard revisionists, which is like probably like 25 people that fix the storyboard. So storyboard artists don't have to go and fix what the mistakes were. They give it to somebody else so they could keep going, right?
Of course.
Then you got the designers, which 4 character designers, 1 prop designer, which poor fucking guy works his fucking ass off, and about 5 background designers, like 5 color stylists, like 5 timers, animation timers. I mean, there's a lot. Storyboard, production people. I mean, it's a whole crew. Editors, animatic people who make animatics.
What show was this? I'm sorry, I missed.
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Okay. It's
Yeah,
right in the
it's a
background.
big crew. It's a pretty big crew. I mean, it's not huge, but it's bigger than what I'm used to. I used to work on SpongeBob, and that was like tiny. Like it was a tiny crew, and it was kind of awesome. But yeah, this is a pretty big production. So.
But what are they in their 19th season now?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's we're working on season. I'm working on season 18 right now.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
amazing.
kudos to you, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
Well done.
watching it. If you like it, keep watching it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Love it.
I'd love to keep watching it. The trouble is that they always release them so sporadically. It's like, all right, there's a new Family Guy episode out. Now you've got to wait 3 weeks, and then after that, it's coming out back to back in a back to back episode. And then wait 6 weeks, and then it's like trying to. It's a really weird release schedule, and
I know.
Like, I can't keep up with it.
I don't watch
Is
it.
this
I don't watch
is this the one that was canceled? And then there
Yeah.
was like a fan uprising, and they brought it back.
Brought it back. Yeah.
After the 2nd season, and then
And then a huge long run after that. Like, I mean, that's amazing.
I think it's canceled a couple times.
Oh,
well, it was canceled once, and I think Adult Swim started showing the 2 seasons on Adult Swim, and then it just got massively huge, and the DVDs were selling like crazy. So they brought it back, and then that's when Seth was like, "Oh, you want it back?"
DVDs, how quaint.
And he was able to negotiate one of the best deals in Hollywood. So,
Yeah, good for him. It's been
I mean,
great.
you know what?
since
That deserves it. That guy is so fucking.
Yeah, he's
talented.
amazing. To do all the voices that he's done.
Yeah.
It's just like, and he does it like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I've
it's
seen
weird.
him do late night shows and do all the voices for Family Guy, and then when he what's that? A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch is insane.
Yeah.
He's
I
insane.
stopped going to the table reads once he stopped coming in to do the voices. I was like, fuck that. I'm not gonna sit there watch some writers do shitty voices. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that. And so I just don't go.
Nice. I have to say with the my favorite episode was I don't even remember. It was a red carpet for the Grammys or some shit, and Quagmire was walking on the sidewalk, and she's upstairs in the bedroom beating the shit out of Peter, telling him, "Tell me you like red carpet." Quagmire passed out on the fucking sidewalk. He said, "Giggity." I love that show, dude.
Thanks.
I'm 49 years old and still love that show.
Yeah, keep me employed.
For real, right?
Yeah, we're happy to help.
I was watching it a lot. and then I was about to get married at a Catholic church, and me and my wife watched something about Mary and Catholicism. It was like a really hard episode to watch, and I just stopped watching after that point with her.
Oh, man. Hands down, when Peter has a stroke from eating all those hamburgers, and he's like driving in his car, singing that what is it, a Billy Joel song or whatever it was. We didn't start the fire, and crashes his damn car, and then the boat goes by, and they're like, stroke, and Peter's like crashed in this car with his dead arm hanging out of the door, and he just yells at these guys in the boat, "Stop making fun of me!" I fucking died. I've been a fan since I was a kid. Absolutely love it, and it's because of that low-grade humor.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's why I liked it. I actually liked the earlier ones where they did more cutaways.
Yeah, I mean, they did a better job with the cutaways. There's some changes that have happened, but they're not bad changes.
No, they're okay. It has to evolve.
But the truth is that now that I know there's such a lag time between when the script is written to when it gets actually made and produced and aired, now I know why there's so many 80s references. It's taking you guys that long.
Well, no. It's because everyone's old. We're all old on that show. Like all the writers are old. That's their.
It's a dynamite show, man.
They need more young writers. Definitely.
Whoa, easy with the old.
Yeah.
Remember, in the 80s is not that old.
Well, it's just that the younger generation isn't going to get some of the jokes at all.
Can I just say, Starla, your tag on your page is the perfect combination of elegance and trash. That's poetry. I love it. I just want to tell you that that's fantastic. So I'm just running through, but that caught my eye big time.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'll try to come back and see if you guys are still here.
Cool. Very cool.
All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Nice
Later,
meeting you.
Eduardo.
Everybody here on water. All right, Nader. He's gone, so we can have fun. We're about to talk about controversial stuff, right?
Oh yeah, controversial stuff, huh?
Let's all
Yeah, I was wondering what would be controversial.
Let's all grab our alcohol.
I just drank mine. I'm good.
I'm
nice and like warm.
You're good? All right.
Yeah,
Let's take a couple swigs.
If you're not into IPA,
ASMR.
IPA is too light beer.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So we'll take a group. Anybody want to talk? Is there anything controversial about photography you guys have been kind of like dying to talk about, but you feel kind of like an outlier, like you're going to be looked at badly if you bring this up? Like if you were to say, like the truth, like San Diego photographers are the best, like is that something that you're scared to say, or anything else? Because we have a little list.
What would be controversial?
Just like not
Yeah,
like
you think that until he says something off the list. You're like, oh, listen here, let me tell you. Digital ruined photography, okay? That's why I only shoot Fuji and film. No, you think that. What would it possibly be?
You've seen the old op-eds that were written back in the 19-teens where they were talking about how 35 millimeter was going to kill the art, and that the everyman being brought in was going to absolutely destroy the craft of photography, because what the hell does the everyman know? What does the bourgeoisie have to say about this whole mess of film?
I would like to jump back in time and see what people said when, I don't even know what format of film that is, but like the ice cream sandwich style cameras.
110.
Oh,
I still have mine.
That was my first camera, the 110.
Yeah.
That's where I started.
That's what my mom had when I was a kid. Yeah. You know what, you guys? It's funny though, because I happen to listen to a lot of metal. In the back of the Venom album, on the back of the Venom album, it says, "Tape cassettes are gonna ruin the industry." Don't buy tape cassettes, only buy volume. No, I know.
Oh my
Nice.
god.
Oh, I remember those days.
Every
You
new
could
thing
record.
is gonna ruin everything.
Literally anything that changes, everybody freaks out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody complains about cell phones, social media, so on and so forth. But think about what they said about chairs when chairs were invented. They're like, everybody's gonna get lazy, man. Everybody's gonna get lazy. Chairs around.
I wasn't around for that.
It doesn't matter. It's just
yeah, I'm not that old.
digital, mirrorless. Everything that's right now is just the latest iteration of everybody's lightning rod for their discontent. And
Yeah.
it's like,
So
you know,
to that point, let's go on to our first controversial thing.
Oh, let's hear it.
That little list.
It better not be chairs.
So do you guys edit scan film? And how far is too far to edit scan film?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I will fucking make color scans black and white because they look better. But like, who cares? Why is everyone so involved with what other people are doing? Like, what?
That's why it's controversial.
Well, how is that controversial? Like, you if you were printing in a darkroom, you're editing film. You know, like
But you're editing through the process of analog, right?
Oh, that's completely. I mean, I started as a custom chem tech, man. Like, we altered professional photographs on a daily basis to make them good, and we did it. Like, there's no question. You shot Velvia, you weren't shooting real life. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
No.
No, it's.
I have a question.
Did you use the polarizer on that shoot, landscaper? Because if you did, you lied. I'm sorry.
You guys think that like mirrorless versus a DSLR?
It's the same hardware. It just doesn't have a mirror.
So is it? Yeah, I guess I don't really know what my question is. Because now you just sort of debunked what I just was thinking.
It's so funny that that's an argument. Yeah.
Because I hear stuff all the time, like when you're trying to enter a photography contest or something like that, they'll have a specification like must be DSLR.
Really?
Must be, yeah, I've only seen it a couple times.
No.
I've only seen it a couple times, and I was just wondering why that was such a big
That's
thing.
foolish. Don't even enter that then. The sensor is the sensor. I mean, it's the same sensor capturing whether you saw it through a mirror or an optical viewfinder or not. It's the same sensor that captured the image. That's silly.
Wipe your metadata and ask them to tell you if they know what you shot with. That's
so
all.
it's funny that you bring up that whole like scanned film deal. Like this photo right here, I found a bunch of my fiance's negatives from a trip when she was like 18 and I'm slowly, while she's at work, photographing all of her negatives to create like digital copies for her.
Cool.
And this one's actually getting printed up, but I am gonna absolutely edit the hell out of that thing. But the great thing is, like, when you have those scanned things, you can do whatever you want with a photo that's taken like so long ago. I just happened to come across a bunch of negatives that she had because she shot film.
Scanning them?
No,
are you scanning those or photographing them?
I'm using they're backlit and I'm photographing them. And in fact, if you look, I don't know if you can see it, but you can actually see the film edge right there on the side.
Oh, yeah.
And so it really adds this neat little aspect to it of having it. Now everything is on negative, so I've got to go through. I have to manipulate it. I have to change it. You know, you have to invert everything about that, get the colors through. But yeah, there's no problem in changing what you're doing. It's just, you know, it's 2020. You're locked at home.
Totally fine. You're bringing memories.
Where else you gonna go?
Yeah, she's gonna love that too. She's gonna love it once I get it printed up. Once the world opens up.
This is kind of a new discussion for me. Are there purists out there that are so strict about film versus digital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. No.
To
I
that
love
point-
shooting film because I have every camera that I brought up to do my little bullshit spiel was all film. I got 5 film cameras here, but on the other side of that black curtain, I have 4 digitals. So, you know, I'm not a purist, but I do love the art form of film, whether it be medium format, whether it be, you know, 35 millimeter, I kind of sprung one on Juan last time. I have a large format that I still have not played with yet because large format film is so goddamn expensive. I'm not a purist, but I love film for the purity.
Okay.
Does that make
That's
sense?
understandable, yeah.
Does that make sense? I mean,
No.
he said no.
No.
How would you describe what purity is in that?
Yeah,
in
that's
how
my
you're
question is
describing?
define purity because there's nothing pure about film.
Because digital
what I mean,
purity of film.
well, what I mean, okay, here's my aspect on film is I shoot it, I develop it at home, I scan it at home, and I dump it online. I don't Photoshop, I don't Lightroom, I don't do anything. So what you see when I post a film photo is absolutely, unequivocally straight out of camera.
But when you scan it,
What you see on your
digitize it,
Instagram
though.
feed is not what that negative looks like on a
I was
light
just saying,
bulb.
let me put that devil's advocate.
There's like 10 people talking. What the hell happened?
This is controversial as shit. Yeah.
How do as soon as you scan it, because I used to scan my own film, and I stopped doing that because I wasn't happy with the results. I sent them to the darkroom lab. They scan it. They do a sort of interpretation. They white balance it. They do whatever. And that's what I usually post it without editing further. And there's my daughter sneaking up. but I could do a bad scan of a film or a really good scan, and it looks completely different. I mean, it really does. For just the basic, just that layer of the process, just even the scanning, putting it into digital, changes it quite a bit.
Well,
Not
the
to mention
thought I'm
posting.
having is everybody's screen is going to be calibrated differently. We can't control people's computer screens, and that's the funny thing with digital photography being viewed digitally. It's like you can edit it very specifically on your own computer. You go to somebody else's device and you go, that is not how I edited that image at all. So you can't truly control what the audience is going to see digitally, which is kind of
it's even different from when I put it on. I'm on my computer and I'll adjust a couple things and then I email it to myself so it's on my phone so that I can post it, right?
You look at it,
and it looks completely different on my phone sometimes. So even that is just.
I had to go and calibrate my computer.
Yeah, the number one thing that I purchased was calibration hardware and software for printing, for sending across different mediums. Same thing with audio engineering. If you can't hear exactly what you want, it's not going to translate to a car or on AirPods. It's the same thing with anything visual. Color and contrast and brightness and all of that.
When I send
it's
it
all
to
inherent to your where you're editing.
Okay,
and I think that's the benefit to using a company like Darkroom Lab for doing scanning for you. I don't process my film or scan it. So is it an actual representation of the show I shot? Fuck no, it's not. Oh, F-bomb, pardon.
Do say earmuffs, man. All I gotta do is say earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Now, in that
I know better. I have two.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done. I'm just gonna cuss probably.
Well, I'll say this too, because from the point of origin, through the lens, you've already purchased the lens which alters the image in a certain aspect as it is. You've purchased a film because you like how the film renders that image behind that lens. If you shoot Velvia 100, Velvia 50 versus E100 VS versus E100, they are four different ways of looking at the image, and we're not even discussing the lens that was in front of it. You're not actually being as pure. You're being maybe purer to your thought of whatever the format is your photography lies, but there's nothing pure about the final result. The result is still an opinion. It just happens to be captured in an analog basis.
And that falls into the whole artist subjective thing. So because I can take any of these 5 film cameras,
right?
And what I'm gonna do, because I've already, while we were online, I've already clipped my 120 film to fit in this 620 camera.
Right.
Okay, so I'll take this bullshit $4.25 Holga 400, and I'll make it look like something that come out of the 1950s.
Right.
Okay, so it is in fact
Impure.
what you want to view it at.
Yeah.
You're an
So
absolute
it kind of,
heretic.
but what I'm okay. All right, so maybe I need to clarify a little bit. What I meant by that is.
I'm just joking, man. I was only kidding.
No.
I'm only joking, man.
No. What I mean by that is I develop the film. I pick things up. I put them down. No, I shoot. I develop at home with what I know. HC 110 for how. God damn it, Dilution B, and I scan that through whatever scanner I have at that time. I have 2 scanners. I have one downstairs. I have one here upstairs. And whatever it comes out as is what it comes out. And I don't do any kind of Photoshop. I don't do any Lightroom. However it comes across that negative, that's what I post. That's what I meant by pure.
And there's nothing wrong with editing that though too. I mean, it's all subjective, I guess.
It doesn't make it any less pure. I mean, the level of engagement after the frame is made has nothing to do with the story being told. How good that image is in my case.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's what I really. I mean, coming from a guy who at one point had like 30 cameras, different lenses, and now I'm down to like 3. The fact of the matter, I'm an average at best photographer. It doesn't.
You're a great.
It really doesn't matter.
Joel, when you're shooting concerts, are you doing it on film or are you doing digital?
Both.
Oh,
I shoot 35 millimeter and I always have the 16 f1.4 on my Fuji.
Okay.
And there's something. I mean, I will say there's something to like a glass, like the Summicron R mount millimeter looks better with.
Okay.
With, you know, I have certain preferences.
Leica's overrated.
I love
rendering is the thing. Yeah,
Leica's overrated. That's a second controversial topic.
It's overrated. It's weird.
Oh man,
Don't just segue right into topic number 2. Is Leica overrated? Right?
Leica Glass. I think Leica Glass is overrated.
I feel like
Leica
it's different because I shoot R mount though. It's not
I know.
M mount. It's different.
It's
$600 lamp.
In my experience,
that's like
Leica
saying
Glass
vegan is different. A vegan, you're still gonna crowbar it into every conversation. We get it, man.
I want to hear the actual answer.
That was great.
You know what?
So good.
If something inspires you to pick it up and shoot, then there's value in that. I mean, as with music, like I get a lot of shit because I have like 6 or 7 guitars, but you know what? They all sound a little bit different. They do something different. And if you have one and it's what everyone wants, but you don't write, you're not picking it up, what good is it? And that, I think there's an intrinsic value in something that inspires you to use it.
Right.
Okay. All right. But based on his comment, the instrument does not make the artist.
Absolutely not.
The artist makes the artist.
Yeah. You know, that's really interesting that you say that, because with audio production, a shit song is a shit song. And that's really what it boils down to. You can run it through a Neve console with Neumann microphones, and it's still going to be garbage. You know, and that really transcends medium. I think a lot of that relates to photography as well. And you can log on to my to anything that I've produced or mixed and hear a lot of terrible songwriting. So I can contest.
So for those of you that have I've never shot a Leica, but for those of you that have, if we're putting price to the side for a moment, what is it about it that you are enjoying? What is it that is different?
So Jen, can you introduce yourself in 3 sentences real quick, because we did a round of room thing. Just who you are, what you shoot, what you're drinking real quick.
I am Jen Hall. I'm in Calgary, Canada.
Oh, dope.
Hey!
Yay!
It's international.
Yeah, that's right. I studied photography at school. That's my degree, but I'm a full-time trainer for a law firm currently. I was at Apple for about a decade. Now I'm at a law firm as a trainer, but I will never give up my photography.
Nice.
Good for you.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Can't leave. Yeah.
Yeah. So your question was, what about Leica do we like?
Yes, putting the price aside,
Leica
you know, if that wasn't an issue for those that have shot it, how would you describe what you're enjoying about Leica?
I definitely have an opinion about it, but I don't know if anybody else wants to go first.
No.
Is there anything other than the exclusivity of having a Leica that
I have shot a shit
poor
ton of
man-
Leica in my
I got a
day,
poor
and I've
man's
never
Leica.
found them any more special than anybody else.
Wait, say that again.
Yeah,
Mark?
what was that?
I was saying I've shot a lot of Leica in my day, and I have never found them any more special than anyone else. I like the handmade properties of it, and there's no question that the body feel, like the quality in the feel of the construct is definitely there, but I can get that from other camera manufacturers. The lenses are excellent, but I can get excellent lenses from other manufacturers. If we're gonna tab purity to it, it's the fact that as a digital camera, it is the closest thing to a full 35 millimeter format experience. And the fact that you can buy a digital Leica without a back screen is awesome. I was one of the few people who was like, do it, go for it. That's exactly like shooting film and make it happen, because I think people shoot too many images in a row as it is. But I've never found the experience any more satisfying than shooting an F3T or shooting a Nikon D7500. I really haven't.
Is there anyone here that shoots Leica exclusively, or a lot that can comment on what they personally feel? This is really interesting, actually.
I mean, I have a SL. I had the M9. I have the R6. I mean, the M6 and the R9. I've shot a few. I think it's very different. I think for the closest to film though, Mark, would be the RD1 that I have, the Epson, which is not a Leica product. I mean, you literally have to like
the weird, yeah.
That to me is the most film-like digital camera you can get. The MD doesn't even do. I mean, even the new MD has this fake shutter lever, which I think is stupid.
Yes.
You don't simplify things by adding things that don't do anything.
Right.
But, that to me is the closest camera. I mean, I literally have gone out. People ask me about the camera, and I will show them that it's a blank screen in the back because the screen already hides away, and they think it's a film camera. I go, oh, it's film, and I don't have to show this, this homeless person that's kind of like being a little bit weird with me or aggressive with me. Anything. I'm like, it's film, but it's really not, and I can walk away.
Right.
I think Leica glass, personally, I don't have a lot of Leica glass at all, not a lot of modern stuff. I think it's a little overrated because I've seen a lot of Chinese brands that have come up, like 7 Artisans and TT Artisans, that have really come like really close or producing some pretty quality stuff for like $400. Nikon glass, I've just other brands that do great work, like Tamron and Sigma and stuff. So I don't know about the glass so much. I think the experience of shooting a rangefinder is pretty unique, and if you shoot it on a Canon net or you shoot it on an M6, I think you're getting a lot of that experience regardless. It makes you shoot differently, and I think that's what's important. I think the experience.
I like that answer.
I don't shoot on the Leica. My dream camera is the M6 because wonderful photographers like Winogrand shot on it. But is it self-fulfilling to have a Leica? Is it just you want part of that legacy?
Right.
Leica users.
There is, and I think there's value in those intangibles.
Go, Joel.
Joel, you talk.
I don't think you can assign a pocket of value or what inspires you to pick it up is super subjective. So if someone who feels connected to the medium and that may, hey, I love you love certain photographers, music photographers, and that's what they use. When you're learning, you're always going to be like, I like that image. I want to see how it was shot and what was used. So when there's a continuous tail where there's continuous, try a Summicron 35 and a Leica M6, that kind of tells you something. You feel a connection to that. Does it make the image better? No, of course not. I mean, That's kind of my take on it.
I think
If you get a connection to it and it inspires you, then there's something.
I think Joel would agree too. I think I've seen the, like, if somebody sticks to one camera format, one lens, let's say, or two lenses, and they just shoot that all the time, I've seen a growth in a connection to that camera and like a passion greater than if they switch around a lot. Like I switch a lot because I like the challenge, I guess. But I've seen people that just stick to one format and they do incredible things, and it doesn't matter what they shot on. I think film is very, it almost doesn't matter if it's exposed correctly, if the lens is sharp or whatever, and it doesn't matter. Like, you'd be on any film. The film stock's going to change your output the most, I think, regardless if it's on a Leica, Nikon, Canon, whatever. But I think that if somebody shoots one camera exclusively, I think you can start to kind of see them grow with it, and you see a connection with that lens, and I think that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
One camera,
Okay,
one lens.
so based on that thought process, I'm kind of scared to even say this, but I am a firearms owner.
What?
And what?
You're what?
Yeah.
You're what?
Thank you, Nader.
They both shoot.
Okay, so I have like respective arms to what I bought them. You know, every camera, in my opinion, should be treated like a gun. It should have a purpose whenever you purpose that.
Sure.
So
I feel like I get what you're saying. Like, you're going to use a handgun for one thing, and you're going to use a rifle for another thing, and you're going to, like...
Winner.
Absolutely. That purpose-driven mentality that's common with firearm owners or musicians, certainly there's a level of that too. You know, it's purpose-driven for sure.
Because if you get really, really, really good with your whatever your particular firearm is, you need to treat the same tenacity with that camera. Whichever camera you choose, you need to treat that camera, whether it be the Flash 620 Browning or you pick up a whole gun. You know, it doesn't matter what you pick up. You need to learn that. You learn that camera. Learn the photos that you're taking, and just like make that. And what I was going to implement, I know we're at 3:02 Pacific time, but what I was going to suggest is everyone, based on an honor system, should pick up a camera. If we're, those of us who are shooting film, we should pick up a camera and only use that camera for like 2 or 3 months. And just shoot with that camera. So you don't have to send her to anyone specific. Just shoot whatever film camera you're shooting with, and post your images online, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, whatever you do. But just kind of like that's your only camera, because there was a time the one person could only afford one camera. Yes, I have like 31, 32 cameras right now. Exactly. Yes, sir. I got a camera for you. Now there was a time where the person only had, if they were lucky, they only had one camera. So reach in your camera bag and grab one camera on an honor system and shoot only with that camera for the next couple of months.
That's a good idea.
I totally agree with that. I think that's excellent advice. I think that people can gain so much by focusing on really learning better the equipment that they have in front of them.
I'll meet you part way, and I'll only shoot with film lenses. How about that?
Okay, all right.
Growth comes from.
I know we're
I got
over.
you.
Juan, I know we're over, but I did bring. That got really loud for a second. So
Thank you, Roger. I wanted to point out to them.
no, I did consider that, and what I brought with me is I brought that. Well, I keep messing around with that little 620. I think if everyone who is shooting film, if they could bring anything that has any kind of manual function on it, like this ZXM Pentax, everything is automated except for the focus. If there's anything on your camera that is manual, I think that should be allowed. And I think we should all and even if we just throw it in the chat session for the next Beers and Cameras.
You're saying we should focus on one camera until in 2 weeks from now to kind of talk about our experience trying to shoot one camera?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's fine.
Unless you have any paid gigs.
Back on that point. I feel like the growth comes from you having to problem solve instead of thinking about what other piece of gear you can use for this. So whether it's a film camera, a digital camera, digital lens, film lens, an old vintage lens, just pick something you want to focus on and have that as your pickup go-to camera. Obviously, if you need to do something else, with something else because it's for work or anything, do it. But I think it's a good practice that we could totally take to the next meeting.
Cool.
Hey, what Nader said.
Well, good. I'm glad everybody's safe. This is the first meetup that we actually haven't talked about COVID-19. It's amazing.
We did it, Juan. We did it.
We did it. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it.
Way to ruin that, Juan. Way to bring it up.
I was gonna say we're doing so well. So
like changing your socks during a winning streak.
Yeah, man.
I mean, do you want to know where the industry is as far as all that's concerned?
All right, Juan, is there anything else you want to bring up? We good?
Was that the only controversial subject? Was that is Leica over?
We have more.
Well, actually, the controversial topic was, is it rude to manipulate scanned photos of film?
Yeah.
But like every other Leica owner, they just had to interject themselves and tell us about Leica, and so then it just walked into that. It's all about that.
Who was it that said that they're the vegans of photographers? Because that was genius.
That was me.
Travis said it.
That was for real. That was amazing.
I mean, coming from the guy who has a 200mm f1.8 Canon.
Yeah, but I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up.
No big deal.
Hey, I'm
perfectly framed the bottom.
This is my Leica, and this is my plate of asparagus.
Yeah. Like, just imagine it. You'll be in court and be like, yeah, how do you plead? Not guilty, and I shoot Leica. Like a knee-jerk reaction. It's like having your hand over a flame. You can't help it, man.
I'm sorry.
I love how you bait us in. For those of you who shoot Leica,
Yes.
what's your take on it? And then we're proselytized for chiming in.
You guys
I
heard
shoot
of
everything except Leica.
heard of this new religion?
This
It's
comes
called
from
stomach
a
prawn.
long time history of insecurities about not being able to afford them, and not being able to shoot with them. That's just where it comes from. So I attack the things that I love. That's just, you can ask all my ex-girlfriends. That's how it's been.
Hey,
Nice.
I got that Leica R5 brand new sealed in box for $175. Like, I
Oh,
don't
you
want
paid what it's worth. This is good.
like,
Oh,
never mind. Here, I'm gonna go ahead and mute my.
can't help it.
So
Can't help it.
I think we should have some sort of challenge or goal for the next time, so that we have something to do and come back with.
Well, okay.
Great idea.
Let's do the pick a camera, kind of stick with it, and shoot some stuff, and then we'll share a couple images or one image each or something like that.
Yeah.
Then
I only have the one
a
camera.
film camera.
No.
Oh, we can't get it developed. They're closed.
One camera. If it's your phone, fuck it. Do one camera. Try to like go out and shoot with it.
Mine's gonna be a Leica.
That's fine.
I'm just saying.
Can I add to that challenge?
If that
Please
makes
stick to
you
one
wondering.
camera, one lens.
In
'cause
case anyone was
I
wondering.
only have the one camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I'll just pick
One
one
focal
lens.
length.
Yeah.
One focal length.
Yeah, here's mine. I'll be
That's a good
for
idea.
any of the photos until we meet again. 28. It'll be a 28 millimeter f2.8 FD film from Canon's old film days on my EOS R.
You're not the boss of me.
Those FD lenses are awesome.
They
Yeah,
are nice.
they're gonna be great.
I
I haven't used this for anything I've ever posted before. Like I've never posted anything I've taken with this lens yet. So, all
right.
So that it'll be a good challenge. I'll grow a lot. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. And
Very
all
cool.
the rest of us will be using 50s. Okay.
And I'll use my 600 and just tell you guys about it.
Nice.
No.
Nice.
Should there be a Instagram for that?
Juan, what do you think?
What was that?
What?
Should there be an Instagram tag for these? I think that'd be cool to like post them. So tag beers and cameras. If you're in Phoenix, tag Phoenix as well.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, like let's do
one lens challenge, one camera challenge.
Well, let's do.
That's probably taken though.
BNC May challenge or something like that.
What?
Oh, BNC May challenge.
BC1C1L.
I already forgot it.
Sorry, man. I don't write code.
What the hell did you just say?
I was looking for Mark. Mark.
Beers and cameras, one camera, one lens.
Oh,
BC1C1L.
yeah. Got it.
Marco.
That's actually pretty good.
Hello.
Hello.
We can yeah, what do you think? I'm down for whatever. We want to do that. BC one camera, one lens challenge. BC May.
Is there a follow-up email so we remember this?
The L does not stand for Leica.
Hey, Juan, don't you have to
With the middle finger emoji.
Fair enough.
X100V?
The what?
The X100V.
We could do Fuji X100 versus Leica.
That's
Yeah.
one camera, one lens. That's literally one camera, one lens. That's all you got.
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah,
You
good
win.
point.
You win on that one.
I like the short
We'll
BC
do
1L.
BNC May challenge. That's fine.
Oh, May.
Does it have to be a V?
It's already made. What the fuck?
Oh, it's May. That's crazy.
It's already made. Well, you want to do you want to do this 2 times a month, Mark?
Well, I think we can run this hashtag for each month.
Yeah, BNC May challenge. That's fine.
BNC
May.
Well, I'll
Yeah, I
post.
just want to see the background.
Those kids came in.
Yeah, I just want to see the background.
Was the hashtag on the controversial topic list?
No.
It is now.
We were going to talk about competitions that we're aware of. There's a ton of photo competitions that are going on right now with like Sigma and probably Cameron has don't know.
Cameron
But
has
we kind of ran out of
thinking
time.
about entering out in Palm Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that Palm Springs photo week that they do.
Yeah, and so like you submit. I think it's they need you to submit like 5 photos. There's still plenty of time to do it, but they have to be shot recently, and you can't be making more than 51% of your income from photography. You have to be an amateur photographer.
And that's
Are there entry fees to a lot of these?
What was that?
Entry fees? Do they have them?
No, I think this one is a free one, but I haven't gotten that far down on the rules and regulations. It's expensive. It's
And that's an interesting part is a lot of these competitions have a lot of like prerequisites that make it kind of difficult. You don't want to even participate. There's a Sigma that I want to do. Sorry, Mark. A Sigma shot at home, but then you need to send them your image. and it has to be a certain size, and then you got to talk about what you shot it at, what f-stop, and it just becomes so cumbersome that I'm like, I just don't want to do it.
Instead of a
That sounds like a really great way to liberate the craft. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You can do it this way, backwards at 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on Sundays in May only.
And it doesn't, so I'm like not even participating. It's like, I would love to, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't export my stuff at 3,000, length, max length.
Okay, can I make another, like, a minor suggestion?
Yeah, dude, go for it.
Okay, all right, so whenever, whomever submits their images, one image, they can put an F or they can put a D next to their image.
Oh, film or digital?
One film, one digital. I mean, would that clarify things just a little bit, or?
But that only means
That's
we're
still
going to get
gonna-
about 12 submissions. We should
Is
do
that still good?
3.
Huh?
Or
said
you
what?
just put it in your comment.
Shut up, Nissa.
It doesn't matter if it's shot on film or digital. That's like kind of one thing. It'd be kind of nice to just be like, regardless of what format it's shot on, what camera it's shot on.
My lab is shut down and isn't taking new film, so I've got a backlog. I'm not going to get anything processed.
Hey, them motherfuckers need to learn how to digitally,
Scan
that shit at home.
Let's keep that off because then, like,
I'm too busy selling Ed Mills, Roger.
Not only do we get to just see all the images and not have to worry about film or digital, but like we get to talk about that. Do you think?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So let's not worry about that. Let's just do one. I'm okay with one shot, but pick your one shot. Like,
Why not just put everything we share on Instagram hashtag? Who cares if it's 1 or 10?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a competition.
It's not a competition, but if like
No, it's not.
if hashtag, we're gonna have to pick a certain allotment of images. So,
So what was the hashtag we went with? Was it the May challenge one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we'll post a story about it. We'll post about it.
BNC May challenge. Got it.
Double check to see if that hashtag works on Instagram because they may not accept the ampersand.
I didn't think. Yeah, I thought that too.
No, it doesn't. So you just put BNC.
Or BNC or BC.
Or B and the C.
Use the letter
And
N.
Nancy.
NC? Okay.
Nancy. BNC.
Look at Nissa. Gonna bring pain on Nissa.
All right. Well, it's nice seeing everybody.
Good to see you guys.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
It was so nice to meet all of you. All of you.
It was nice to meet
Say
you
hi.
too. All right, y'all.
Absolutely. Best wishes. And stay safe.
In a couple
Take care, guys.
Photograph beer
Fill
cans.
out that survey.
We will.
Peace.
See you soon. Cheers.
Bye.